Good morning and welcome. This is today's Life on Equa Television International. It's a beautiful morning and we're really enjoying ourselves here. And that's why we are here again to make your day even better, right? As usual, I have my crew with me today, my squad. I have Solomon. Good morning.
Morning, children.
I have Jemima and Joyce. Good
Morning.
morning.
Good morning. Happy International Women's Day. I was going to say it's a ladies' hangout, so I just noticed that we have a bro in the house. But then, a bro that relates often with women. So he's an associate. So happy.
She's just trying to water it down.
But honestly,
He's
I don't think that you
not an
find it.
associate.
You said? Okay.
I don't think you find it easy on this set today.
Right?
Yeah, because before we came on set, there were a lot of memes. There were a lot of messages on social media telling us how great women are, and you are in the midst of women
Yeah,
today. So
Today, I will just
He's here to
borrow.
support them.
I will borrow that on Christ, the solid rock. Stand.
Or maybe we should get a rapper. And a headgear so that they will not understand.
But joke apart, women are to be celebrated. You know, I was saying it earlier. They are that perfect balance. That we need on this planet Earth. Imagine when Adam was living. And then God just look at him and say, the whole thing is one-sided. Let's create a balance, and then he created a woman. Let's start from there. Any woman that is doing exactly the purpose why she is created, she is supposed to be celebrated. You understand? And I'm not in that school of thought that when they said women are the reason why the world is corrupt, because you find some, and then some see women are just like what do you call it? Like an object. It's something to just use anyhow that you want to use, and then she doesn't have right to say whatever she feel like saying, because there's this tag that is a man's world. Who said that? If it's a man's world, then definitely in the beginning God wouldn't have think like, okay, let's just create a woman, a helper for him, because he know the world needs that balance. And if you see wherever that genuine woman is being found, you will feel her impact. So I say kudos to all of you that are here. We're feeling your impact on set and then offset. You're wonderful people. I learn every day. Like every morning, like I am like I want to come to work, because you know that you're going to meet great people, wonderful people, people that will impact your life, people that will make you think positive, people that will like push you to do beyond where you are. What a blessing. What a blessing. And I said kudos to you, and then other ladies in the house, like Martha, Linda. Help me with their names.
We celebrate every lady.
Yeah, but it feels good to call their name. It feels good to call their name. We have Halima, we have Priscilla, we have Aisha, our almighty Aisha, in the house, and then we have Alheri, the winning all.
I was deliberate about allowing you mention the names, because it's part of the acknowledgement and appreciation that you can remember all the names of people that are here in Equa Television, and also celebrate every man out there, and even women that acknowledge the women, the ladies in Equa Television. Each day we hear, well done, you're doing good, you're blessing our lives, and we really appreciate you. For me, this is one of the days that I want to just say, Joyce, well done. Honestly, you're trying. Even if nobody say this to you, but you're doing well. Like, this is one of the days that so you should buy yourself shawarma. And this is one of the days that you're telling us thank you, Samuel Solomon. After this show, you say, your lunch is on me. So, but this is an encouragement to every man out there. You need to celebrate the women in your life. I know that you've done that, you've been doing that, but this is an opportunity to do it in a special way. I had opportunity and privilege to plan something beautiful for somebody's wife, and it's outside the state I live, but thinking about International Women's Day, he put a call to me and said, I want to surprise my wife, and what do you think we can do? And so this is going to come to her as a surprise on Sunday while in church, though he's not present because of work. So, but while they acknowledge women, his wife will be acknowledged, and then this gift is going to be presented to her. I was really amazed and overwhelmed. I was happy that somebody can think of how that this woman has been contributing in my life. This woman has been a blessing to me. And there are a lot of women out there that they are putting in effort. They are doing their best. I've heard men complain about the women in their life, but in our society today, if you look around, we are not saying there are no bad eggs, but there are women that they are deliberate about not just their home, but even their society. When you mention their name, even a little child can relate because of the impact that they keep making. You know, we say our existence is not just to work, pay bills. It's not just about you, but reaching out to other people, making impact. And if as a woman you are doing that, you're thinking beyond self, then I think it's something good. We've always been attached to being emotional. And that's why a woman can pretend and say, oh, there's actually tea in her cup, but she'll make the tea for every family member. And when you check her cup, it's actually water that she's taking. She sacrifices. There are women that, like, I can go on and on to talk about the sacrifices of women. And I'm more happy that today, even in a digital era, you find women in tech, like, they are breaking these bounds that, see, we are not what we used to be. Though the society, tradition, and culture, even religion have tried to suppress and oppress us, but we are breaking out to say that, no, we are not just existing to be caged, but we also have a role to play. We have our place. I'm not talking about some kind of belief or ideologies that say, oh, we are equal, we are fighting for position. No, but I have my place. I have my own calling, and this is my contribution. And a lot of women out there are being deliberate about that. I had opportunity to attend a training, and ordinarily you would think that, oh, well, such business training is going to be men, but majority of the people in attendance were women. A day training, and that cost so much, but women paid to be there, and it's worth celebrating. I was really overwhelmed and happy, and it tells me that there is hope in the future. Women are deliberate. Look at nations that are deliberate about their women, and look at the impact. So it's worth celebrating. I celebrate every woman out there, and even the ones that have not been on the positive part. There is hope, because you can move to be amongst the women that we are actually mentioning and celebrating.
Gone are the days where women were said to be the weaker vessels. Now they are more of the stronger vessels, because a woman will multitask and it looks like a normal thing. A woman will go out of her way to see that her family does not suffer, whether single or married. She wants to see that her family does not suffer. She wants to cover for her family, even when her family is known for negative things. She's always there to put a covering over her family. If her child is known for a negative thing, she's always standing as a covering for her family. Indeed, she should be celebrated, not just today, every other day.
True.
She should be celebrated.
All right.
And she should also learn to celebrate herself first.
True.
Not just expecting that others should. You need to also celebrate yourself. That's why she said, get shawarma for yourself.
Oh, well.
Buy you a gift.
Well, it just seems like we're blowing our horns, but then again,
that's why
it's worth it. So it's worth it. So it's really beautiful, and to see the impact that women are making, and the world at large is feeling the importance of a woman. Yeah. So really lovely, and because the world is feeling the importance of women, and you find a lot of communities on social media talking about the woman and all that. Well, today we're discussing social media, and we're going to be discussing joining positive communities on social media. Interesting, right? It's kind of links for me personally. I think that it's one thing. I've seen some communities that you would find some communities that you find majority of it to be the woman folk trying to get solutions and offer solutions for their for fellow women, for themselves, like a form of allegiance to women folk. And that's one good thing that happens on the social media, because it really helps. You hear a lot of stories on this kind of platforms. You hear a lot of encouraging things. You're pushed forward. You're helped a lot of times. So in that vein, we're talking about joining positive communities on the social media, and not just the women communities as I've mentioned, but just communities in general. There are other communities. I was scrolling through the social media platform, one of the official, not official, more like career-based platforms, and you would see communities say popping up, because from your profile they'll show you might be interested in this community or that community and this community that would help you in your career path. And I think that those are very important communities that you could join. It actually boosts you, it gives you an edge, it teaches you, it gives you information at your hand in something that you can just reach out to and tap and all that. So let's talk about joining positive communities on social media.
Well, like you rightly said, it's actually interesting, and looking at how that today is International Women's Day. When you look at the communities that are on social media, like there are a lot of communities. Equa Television, for example, has community on social media with a lot of thousands of followers. And why do people join? Why are communities created? And why do people join? Do you just see community invitation to by Prudence to join and you just join? Or you want to know why that community exists before actually joining? We're talking about the positive. Today, like I said earlier, there are a lot of women that when you talk about great things, when you talk about women at the helms of affairs, you must mention their names, even if their names are not mentioned. Like certain names rings in your head. Why? Because they were deliberate about the communities that they joined, the communities that they were part of, because for them it wasn't just about joining a group, but how it was going to shape their ideologies and their beliefs, how it's going to add up to the values that they already have, and then how it will help build them. So social media today has become the new norm. Like it's the new society. Before the advent of social media, like people sit like we sit, families at communities, and they talk. But with the advent of social media, these meetings that people used to meet at the village playground or family compounds, like, has moved now to social media platforms. And you see community of friends, community career groups, and all of that. Why do people create those communities, and then why do people join? Because there are some forms of affiliation as far as they are concerned. Even though we are not unaware of people that just join communities without even knowing the purpose. They just want to join, and then later they are like, no, they are pulling out. Recently, I joined one because the name was something I wanted to do. It was something I wanted to be part of. So when I saw the name of that, it was a profession. So when I joined, I was expecting to see things about education, and then I was seeing people just random posts, and no, this is not why I'm actually here. So I decided to unfollow that community. So you see, it is good that you identify communities, positive communities that will impact you, that will help you grow and be a better version of yourself. We always talk about our identity and our purpose. When you know that, when you find that out, it's easy for you to know that I should be in this community, I should not be in that community. Like, I am an Equa member and I'm seeing an Equa Television International. I won't think twice to join that group. But most times, even though we are not unaware of people that just use other people's name to create group, just so that they can just earn for their own personal interest. Sometimes you can just go through the page to find out what this group is all about. Even though there are some restrictions, until you follow, you can't know what is actually going on. So it's really important for one to know the ideology behind a community, why it's existing, and what your own role is going to be there. Sometimes you want to join. For me, I'm joining so that I can learn. Maybe it's a field or it's an area that I'm interested in. So when I join and I see people of like minds sharing their thoughts on what is happening, like it adds up to what I know, I can also share my own perspective. But you're a Christian and you're joining, for example, an atheist group, it will contradict your belief and what you stand for. So communities, social media communities, they exist. We can't take away that fact, but it's good that you're deliberate about joining a positive one, so that for your own sanity, a lot of things are happening in this world today. You don't want to go and add another like troubles to what you're already struggling with, or your lined up of challenges. So you should be deliberate about communities that will impact you, communities that will keep you encouraged, communities that will build you.
Then you also have to be a positive person yourself before deciding to join a community. If you're not positive, then whatever community pops up on your screen, you're just willing to join it. So you have to also have a positive mindset. And there's this little illustration I have. There's this book app that sometimes I read. They suggest books for you based on what you have read before, based on books that you have read before. So if you're reading anything on education or science, then they'll be suggesting those kind of things. So imagine if you're reading books on negative things, then that is what will be suggested for you. And because they are hoping that is the kind of person you are, so they are helping you sort out. So I feel it's the same thing with the social media as well. If you're a bad person, then you can't be in the right community. If you're a bad person and you are even in the right community, you feel like you're in the wrong place. Because that is not the kind of person you are. So you yourself should be a positive person, and then look out for like minds, groups that would really shape you, that would help you to grow and be a better person. And not just the groups, people first, people that would help you. Then when you're in the group, you will not feel lost, you will not feel like you're in the wrong place, but instead you feel elevated. You would continually want to grow and make an impact on social media and even off the social media.
True.
I think joining, like she said, you just have to be first. You have to be deliberate about it, and you can't be deliberate without knowing who you are. That's just it. Coming to what you are saying, you have to be positive. Are you a positive-minded person? What are your passions? What drives you? What you are doing? You understand? Because that will create a pattern in your mind that whenever you see something that is off that pattern, there's the way it irritates you or it increases your drive. And if you are joining a community, it's for two reasons. It's either you are joining there to add up to your knowledge, or you are joining there to impact. That is, you are bringing something in. You feel there will be people there that they will need, they will need your help in your areas of expertise. And if you are not deliberate about it, that is when you will just fall victim by joining certain groups that they are out for something, but they pretend. They give you something to attract you, just to make you fall victim by joining. By joining there, you don't know your left or your right. And that's when they begin to suggest certain things that is not even your pattern. And sooner or later, before knowing, you may just see yourself like following that particular group, whatever their ideology, or whatever the ideology of that group is. You will just see you just following. That means from the initial, you don't even really know what you want. So we have to be careful. We have to be deliberate. Now that the social media, is another source of generating income. So many people will just go there and create all sorts of things, dragging content from people and then putting it there just to draw traffic, creating all sorts of crazy stories and so on and so forth. And then you see people, following. And it's very important. If you know where you're coming from, definitely you know where you're going. So if you know that you are boarding a bus that is going towards a particular direction, and then sooner or later you notice that they are going another way, you just drop before it will be too late. So I know there will be people that, some people even joining the social media, they just thought it's just something that someone should just be there. Some of us, that's how we started. This Facebook thing, Joyce is always intimidating me with it. I will just see her scrolling, laughing. She will laugh. And me, I'm just there. I'll be like, what's there? Me too, let me just join. Maybe she joined because of the memes that are there, those short comedies. That's the reason. You understand? There's a way it refresh her. And then that's what give her joy and keep her pushing in an area of her expertise. And then she's doing well. And then me, I'm thinking, let me join simply because I see her laugh. And then maybe possibly that's not my push. And then you join without you knowing exactly what you want. But what I'm trying to say is that you can join without really having a direction. But now, this is the reason why we're having this conversation. That you can turn around and then say, no, is it really what I want? Why did I even join in the first place? Okay, what are the possibilities that I can advantages that are there that maybe I'm not seeing, but now because I joined blindly, now I can see those opportunities. Can I change my mind and then join? It's possible. So it's not too late. And anywhere you join and then you don't see result, it's just pull out. It's your phone, it's your data. So you are at the liberty to do that. So it's very, very important. You made mention of community, Ekwa TV community. When we started, there was somebody that was dragging traffic with us. He created a page in the name of Ekwa TV. Is whatever we do, he will cut from our own struggle, he will paste there and put some write-ups. He's just following us, grab certain things and he's putting there. And before people will know, because we are just coming, he now draw their attention. And before we know it, we, the real owners are now struggling with followers. He's just, and then that's what he wants. And he's paying. He doesn't care whether it's a Christian organization. He's conscious. He's not even pricking him. He doesn't care. Until later that people now understand, okay, this is the real page of Ekwa TV. And they started following us. Now we are not even talking because we know things like that, definitely they will fall, because they are not genuine. So we have several kind of that. People are out there because they know the social media is paying and they just create all sorts of pages just for you to follow, and then before you know it, they are just misleading you. So it is very important for us to know. And these things, if you don't know something, ask questions. There are some people that are expert. There are some people that's their area of training. Some people, by the virtue of joining and always trying to understand how it works. Today, they are gurus. These are people that you will talk with. How does this work? How does this work? How does it work? And before you know it, you are gathering knowledge, and then tomorrow, you too, you are helping someone, you are guiding someone on how to go about this thing. Can you imagine somebody, like, you can just post something that is private on a public page simply because you don't know. You understand? So these are some of the things that we are saying. In social media, don't just go blindly because you can just mess yourself up. Ask questions. Seek for guidance from genuine people with positive mind. I think that will help us.
It's also important we highlight that I know that there are a lot of people out there that are on different social media communities. And you just go on those communities that has description about why it is existing, and you just want to go and post things that are contrary to what the community, like we've seen that even on Ekwa television page, like a program is going on, and you go and carry one kind of medical condition and bring on the comment section that people are saying, drop your contribution on the topic. The topic is right there. What do you think? And then you just go and come up with some things and just go on to distract people. That's what you do. And a lot of people are into that. You go and pick links from God knows where. Maybe some people just send it to you on some kind of group, and you carry, they will say send it to 50 people, if not you die in the next 7 minutes or in 1 hour time. Then you carry it and go to that community with description that we are solely here to talk about this topic or this subject matter. Then you carry the link and go and paste it for them and say they should do it, if not it will expire in the next 24 hours. And they will click and these people's account will just be wiped. You yourself, you don't even know what it's all about, but because you just saw a message as if you don't forward it to 20 people and you just say, hey, I'm in one community that has more than 20 people, let me just send it there, because they say if you don't send it, leprosy will catch you. If you send it, blessings will follow you. So you just, like, sometimes I wonder, how do people think? Like, some of these things logically, as in, is not true. How can some of these people, if those things work like that, they won't even have time to send it to you. If you can make money in 30 minutes, some of them will tell you, invest this amount in 30 minutes, you get double. Would they have time? Because they have enough money, they will not even have time.
They will not even tell you.
They will not even tell you. Have they finished making all their family members?
Because they will feel if you join, maybe the income will drop.
Yes.
Because the lesser people, the better.
You know one thing about people on the higher class? They don't want people from the lower class to join them. No. They are sit-tight people.
To be giving you peanuts.
Yes, because for a rich man, a rich man does not, some of these rich people, and for me, worldly leadership, they don't want people to be where they are. So they have money. What they have money for is not to buy things that they like, purchase things, is to buy people's loyalty. Yes. But you see, people that are leading on this path, I'm talking about godly leaders, they want to raise people from where they are. So those other kind of people, imagine that they have money and you can turn the money in 30 minutes. They will not even tell you, because they want your loyalty. They want to keep controlling you. So what they will do is that they keep giving you peanut. They won't even tell you the secret, because up there they are sick-type people. They don't want to, and it is at the funny enough, it is up there that there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of space for everybody. But at the lower part, there's no space. A lot of people are there. So they wouldn't even want you to get to where they are. All they want is your loyalty. When they have money, they are thinking of how to buy people's loyalty. So you just keep seeing wealth. You don't know the source of the wealth. Let them give you 100 naira. You are saying, thank you, sir. Tomorrow they give you 1,000. But to show you how to catch the fish, there's no way. They will not do that. So people need to be sensitive that even if you are in a community that has description and certain people go and drop certain link, don't just be quick. Confirm, verify some of these links. Don't be quick to just click in. A lot of people have lost monies because they belong to certain communities and people keep posting links. And that is why it is good that you check out for communities that are positive. Some of these communities have a lot of restrictions. It's not everybody that even posts. Before your post is being allowed for everybody to see, it must go through the admin. The admin must verify that it's in line with the description of that before it's dropping. But some of us, because it is church group or church community, so we think we have liberty, that okay, everybody can talk. You just carry links from different places, or you want to say your own point of view, and then you just become insensitive. You say all manner of things. So beyond the joining, what is my own part? What role do I play in that community? Am I the look and pass? Because some people say they are in the association of comment readers. When there's a serious argument, they look for chair, take it to the comment section, they sit down, they keep reading what's happening. I think I'm guilty of that. So most times when they are posts, I like to read people's comments. So, but what role do you play in that community? As much as you want to join a positive community because you want to learn, you want to grow, you want to be better, what role do you play in that community? Exactly. So don't be that sit and look person. No matter what people are saying, when they say suggestion, you will not say nothing. So think about it. If everybody's like you, will the group be existing? No. So you also think of how to contribute positively. I know some people struggle with contributing or writing, but you have to learn as well, so that you will not be selfish. In that somebody has to go and read, study, so that it can come and impact you. Sometimes when I see certain write-ups, and I just keep wondering how that these people create time to put up this, and I'm reading, I'm like, wow, I didn't know about this, and it's adding to my knowledge. So why will I hoard my own knowledge, not sharing? We ask questions on the community so that people answer, but when people ask questions, you don't answer them. It's wrong. So if the community allows for participation, you participate, but positively. Don't be among those people that want to cause drama wherever they find themselves. If there's a community, because I'm at my house now, come and beat me. So you want to post anything you like nobody can do anything to you. As we are looking out for positive communities, like Jemima said, you too have to be positive. What kind of person are you? Are you the person that just takes anything? That's why you find yourself in different groups. How can you say, oh, you're a Christian, and then you saw a invitation, atheist group, you just join? Anything that they say, join. Hassan invited you to join this community because I know Hassan, and they say join this atheist, I will join. He's my friend, he's my neighbor. You just join. No, there's question mark. Hassan is inviting me. How? Could it be that he didn't know how to use his phone? Or could it be that he has denounced his faith and joined this? Like, ask question now. Don't just rush. Something is wrong with this. You need to check whether he really accepted Christ as his Lord and Savior, or it was.
Or maybe they hack his account.
You know, some people sometimes they exhibit certain character that you want them to actually accept.
He hacked his own account.
So, but in most cases, some of these people that you know and you know what they stand for, the account has been hacked. So ask questions so that you don't fall victim. That because I know this guy, we're in the same community, I just see message. Can you send me 50K?
Click.
And you just say, okay, drop account number. My sister, my brother, that money has gone. So try and make confirmation, and then be logical when you are contributing. If you are in a positive community, you have to be logical, you have to be smart, you have to be intelligent as well. Why you to try and give something.
And then in trying to be positive, if you are a positive person and you join the right group, even if your account is being hacked, almost everyone will get to know, because they know the kind of person you are already. So they will know that this is not you. Recently, in a group chat, someone's account was hacked and the person was chatting people, asking for money, 50K. Someone is critically ill, is between life and death, and all of the English. And people were reporting the page. Like, different people came and were reporting. Why were they doing that? It's because they know the person. They know that this person will not do this. But if you're not a good person, you're not a positive person, and you are in that kind of a situation, a lot of people will fall victim for those kind of things, because they either don't know you, or they know you're not a good person, or just something. And a lot of times, if you are in a group, you should be sensitive. Like the group description you talked about, what are they saying the group stands for, the community stands for? Sometimes you want to be the first to post something, and then you go to post something that is outdated, something that people have posted years ago. You're still bringing it. When they sent it to you, you didn't go through it, you didn't read it. So what you're writing is
Just forward.
Yes, you're just forwarding because they said you should forward to a particular number of people. You're going to get a reward at the end of the day. So you're doing all of that. By doing that, you know that that is not right. And these people that would send you texts and say your money will be doubled. Have you seen some of them physically? They don't look like what they are saying.
They look like those that said motivational books.
They really don't look it. That goes a long way to confirm that what they are doing is not right. It is not right. All those that are asking for money, like you said earlier on, if they had all of that money genuinely, they won't even come and be telling you, because they would want everything to themselves. So we need to be wise in the communities that we are engaging ourselves with. And when something negative happens to someone, don't think it will not happen to you. It can happen to you. That is why we should open our eyes. We should be in the right community and identify ourselves with the right set of people.
You know, one interesting thing about the algorithm of social media is that it's a circle. You are frequenting this kind of thing, so this kind of thing appears for you. You have this kind of friends, then you keep suggesting the same kind of friends for you. You are engaged in this kind of activity, they keep suggesting the same kind of activity for you. So that's one thing, one very interesting thing about the social media. You cannot make so much an error so glaringly if you are continuously following the right things on your social media platform. And one interesting thing again is that a lot of this community, or should I say, I would like to say majority of these communities, have descriptions before you join the community. It's like, this is what the name of the community is, then it's this community does this and that. Then there's the option of join or not. So you can go through that. I know sometimes people can just pitch a very glaring and beautiful description for you, and you're tempted to just go ahead. But if you are second guessing the group, don't join. That's one.
Even if you join, you can back out.
I'm just even saying before that, because a lot of times some of these, I think it was Joyce that just mentioned it, some of these are just opportunities for people to go in and hack in your account and things like that. So if you second guess it for any reason, don't join. No matter how much you respect the person you think is inviting you. No matter how much you think you respect that person, if you're second guessing that group, don't join. It's just your mind, your conscience, your environment telling you this is not where you're supposed to be. So don't do it. It's sometimes we neglect those kind of small communication that our mind gives us. Sometimes your mind tells you what not to do, but you just decide, no, I don't have to listen to this. Maybe it's just making me second guess something. But sometimes it's really important that you would listen to that voice. It's just something that is trying to save you. So there's security measures as well for you. For some of the communities that we join, you see that if you're invited to a community, for instance, and you click the join, you click to join, sometimes you see that the admin has to accept your request or not. Things like that. Sometimes you can go ahead and delete the request even before the admin accepts it. So these are certain protective measures that are really important. I think it was still Joyce that mentioned something about your participation in the community. One key thing about our participation in communities is that when we don't want to just seem like we are quiet and not saying anything, we go ahead and post anything when it doesn't even make sense and it's not even aligned with the community. So this is one thing that you need to do. You need to balance. You need to have a balance. You want to participate in the community, you have to participate. So be informed about that community before you even join it. And when you join it, that doesn't just stop there. You need to continuously stay informed so that you would have something to say. So when you don't have anything to say, please, it's better you keep quiet than to go ahead and just post anything for people. Sometimes it really gets irritating for people and discouraging for other people.
In fact, there are certain groups that I just deliberately muted, because it's like everybody just wants to talk, and then you make sense of nothing at the end of the day. Some people drag themselves, some people fight themselves, and you're wondering, like, what's happening here? Because there's no control. And sometimes you see that you are being added to a group or a community does not mean you must remain there. If it doesn't align with your values or your principles or what you believe in, go out. Sometimes a lot of times we are made to fill certain forms in different places that we go to, and then certain people have access to your phone numbers. They just add you to some group and say some Bitcoin or some investment or some what. You just see and you're wondering, who added me? You see some who added me to this group. You don't even have to ask that question. If you check, it's not your kind of community. It's just like,
why am I here?
Why am I here? Who added me? Like, it's not a secret. If you look at the group or the community, it looks like secret society. Exit. You have the options on your phones that you should exit. You can exit such group. So because some people say, and it's my pastor that added me, I don't want him to feel bad. So let me just be there. But you're angry, see messages from there. Sometimes you're added to community of friends group, and they are talking, you're not answering. When they now say people contribute 50,000, that's when you start dragging everybody. And it's this person
what?
that mentioned it and all of that. If you can politely, when people don't ask you before adding you to, politely tell them what I said, oh, I'm not interested and pull out, even if you respect those people. If you don't know who added you, just exit that particular group. So it's not a do or die affair.
And that's the reason why earlier, Joyce, we said you should be deliberate. You should be deliberate, because this thing that you said, that's what is happening. Because, okay, added to a group by who? By Joyce. Joyce is now my buddy. Joyce is my friend, right? And I don't want her to feel bad, but I'm not supposed to be there, or I don't want to be there, and I'm there simply because it's Joyce that added me.
New to the group instead.
Do you get? Or friends request, you just go and then you check the mutual friends or the kind of friends that the person has. And sometimes, in the group of friends, even the social media has a way of filtering them. So they will pick the important people in the cycle of that friend, and they will put them first. So you will see some personalities like that, and you will just see, oh, wow, Jemima is there. That's all you see.
That's why you're there.
Out of 5,000 friends that person has. Okay, I just saw Jemima, and quickly I click, and I join.
You don't even know.
You didn't even check other 4,999. Like, try an X-ray and then have an idea of the kind of friends that are there. But simply because I saw Jemima there, and then accept, and I join. This is what people do. I feel it is very important. That's why I said earlier, you ask questions. If you don't know how these things operate, ask questions. For people that are there, they will guide you. They will help you. And when you join, you begin to feel bad to exit, simply because you are feeling bad. The person that joined you that added you is happy. He didn't even know that you are feeling bad, but you don't want to go out, and then the person is happy. You are feeling bad constantly, because anytime anything pops on that particular group, you are angry, you are pissed off, and the person is happy. So, like you said, why can't you chat to the person?
But it's also important for the person that is adding to seek people's consent.
Yes.
You don't
That's the balance.
You don't
Yes,
add
we
people
have to
to
create
group
that
without
balance.
asking for their
Yes.
consent.
That's
A
very
lot of
important.
people do that. They will add you, then they will apologies. I added you to this group. No, you ask the person. And in fact, recently there are a lot of write-ups on social media, on Facebook especially, about how people, you just meet somebody today and the next day the person is getting married, and it adds you to this community of friends or bridal train. Because now for some people, they have monetized the bridal train. It's not about who is actually my friend, but it's about money. So when I have 50 people and each of them are contributing 5,000 or 10,000, it's going to be a huge amount of money. So I've greeted this lady before, let me add her to the group. Sometimes you need to go to the person's DM and chat the person up. I want to add you to so group. Get the person consent. That's etiquette. Like, just get the person's consent. It's courtesy. You don't just add people. It's wrong. It's wrong for you to just add people to group because we met yesterday, we greeted, we shared the same plate of rice. Does not make us friends. The person might be looking at you as acquaintance. The person might be looking at you as colleague. You don't assume that because you share the same plate of food that makes you friends. So you have to seek people's consent. And there are a lot of positive groups out there. Like, there are a lot of communities on social media. I tell you, why yesterday I was saying I see that the future of education in Nigeria is bright. It's because of how people are deliberate about holding each other's hands, learning, building and increasing, getting educated. See, I've seen groups of women that have a name here in this Jos. And if you see how that they promote each other's business, once a while they have a meeting that they engage themselves, they bring experts to speak to them and to speak to their businesses. Tell me why you will not want to join that kind of group, because of course you know that. But even along the line, when you see that they are beginning to deviate from the ideology of creating or why you actually join, you can pull out.
Of course.
You can actually pull out. So look out for communities that actually are in line with what you do or in line with what you stand for. A lot of times, look at communities like LinkedIn, where you find a lot of professional people right there. So if you're a professional person, a career person, you should be on platforms like that. It's going to help you to know what is actually happening, the in thing. Like you have communities of photographers, you have communities of editors, of gaffers. You see them talking about the new tech or the new innovation in that area. You're like, wow. You see people asking questions. How do I use this? You see fashion designers too having communities where they talk about new stuff. What do they need to use? And somebody is answering back. These are knowledge that you not just get on the street, but you get them on that community because they are professionals. They are people that are in that business even before you. So you engage in that. You're a TV presenter, you're a TV host. Join communities like that. It's going to help. It's going to build you. And at the end of the day, you get value for being in that community. And you too, you start thinking of how you also contribute or add up to building another person. So that tomorrow the person will say, oh, I asked this question. This was the person that actually responded. You can even private chat you from there, and you see you're gaining knowledge. So more important for me, positive communities, like you cannot underrate the impact on yourself and even the community or the society generally. Because when there's an innovation, all of you get it. You have the knowledge, not like you're in your own corner of your house and you don't know what's happening. But it makes it easy for you to get information, to get the latest innovation, and to know how to do it well and better.
Exactly,
and I think it actually right that the different social media handles and the kind of community they have. There are certain handles that have to do with different audiences, different purposes. So you can't go to Facebook looking for a community that only exists in LinkedIn. You can't go to TikTok looking for communities that can only exist in Instagram. So you should also be able to know the kind of communities that exist in the different social media handles, and then you know what works for you, and then go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So from what Joyce was saying, this is what came to my mind. She was talking about the professional sphere and all that. It just came into my head that these communities on social media actually broadens your network, your network range. If you meet someone professionally on this, you've asked these questions, you've answered this question. Tomorrow, when this person is looking for someone and he remembers, oh no, this person answered this, so I think I can link him to get. So it actually broadens your opportunity base as well. So you need to be deliberate about what communities are you joining and why exactly am I joining these communities, because if you're not able to do that, you would just gather really or rather form a really terrible network for yourself. But if you're deliberate about these networks and you have the right networking, you would go places that you never even imagined that you would go to. For instance, Joyce has been talking about a trade that she always she does, and because of certain networks that she has had with people, even people that she has never heard of, but these people are trusting her with certain form of things for her to do for them. So this is what positive communities can open up for you. Someone can just be, okay, so I met this person on this community and I think that she's the right person for you to communicate with for this kind of work that you need someone to do. So basically, we really, really need to be deliberate about communities that we are joining, because it's like friends. It's like you making friends. Like you can't just make friends with anybody that you meet on the road. You can't just make friends with every person that you meet as a colleague. No, you have to be deliberate, make the right choices so that you know that this is the kind of person that I have as a friend. This is what having this kind of person as a friend is going to communicate about me. It's the same thing with the communities that we join on social media. So we really need to be deliberate.
And another thing, you don't have to be everywhere.
No.
You don't have to be everywhere. You can just be in one or two group, and then you are gaining whatever you are there for, and then you are good, you are okay. Because the problem is that, you just want any group you see, it's any invitation, because it's trend. You just want to join because you just want to be there.
And you want your presence to be felt.
You want your presence to be felt. some it's not that they are contributing anything, but just to see the name Sambo Solomon is in that group.
Anything is invoked, you want to be there.
Yeah.
Do you know that even the social media platform, you don't have to be in all. Like if you're a professional person, you are on LinkedIn, you're on Instagram, like all of these group social media platform have their purpose. When you talk about relationships, people relate more on Facebook. You talk about career, you find them on LinkedIn. You talk about businesses, promotion, Instagram. Facebook also works for that. Twitter. So check what works for you. You don't have to be everywhere. Oh, TikTok is the in thing, I want to be there. You are there. What are they? You just find yourself watching
every
phone or some things that ordinary you shouldn't. And you're saying, what is popping up? And like Prudence say, if you are patronizing a particular content, they keep suggesting it to you.
It's true.
It is what you continuously patronize that will always pop on your timeline.
Exactly.
And that is why we are always talking about networks, connections, and even the associations you keep. If your kind of friends are people that patronize certain content, is the kind of content you see. But think about it, when you have 5 positive friends or people you follow or communities you follow, it keeps suggesting to you like minds. So sometimes too, when you're seeing certain things that are popping up, that even them, the people that are popping up the adverts will know that this person is not
it's
for
a
you.
no-go area.
Take it to this person or take it to that other person. He's a patronizer.
Why is your hand pointing?
No, I'm just saying, or take it to that person. Do you understand?
Okay.
But then check out the people you follow and the people that follow you. Like, well, you might not have control of the people that follow you, but who are the people you follow? What the pages, the groups you follow? What are the social media platforms that you're on? And why are you there? Why are you there?
Why?
You should answer such
Vital
questions.
Exactly,
question.
very vital questions. Yeah. So,
Mm.
I think it's about time we wrap up here. So, you have anything else you want to say, or
Happy International
Oh my
Women's Day,
goodness.
and shout out to every woman out there that is deliberate about making impact and more importantly, holding other women's hand.
Yeah,
It
really,
is not all
really.
about you. It's not, the world does not revolve around you, but as you grow, as you evolve, you also help others. That's it.
And as you celebrate yourself, be in the right community.
True.
True. Interesting. Really interesting.
Yeah.
We have lunch today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for you see the reason why you just have to be around
Who exactly are
beautiful
we saying thank you to? I thought he was the one.
one plate. I will share it now.
Oh wow.
I will eat your
Don't
own.
disgrace your gender. If for nothing, today's the day.
At this point,
We
you're
should be
supposed to say,
pampered.
you're welcome, you're welcome,
No, I
you're welcome.
understand, but just look at the number. Now I'm the only one here, so I feel you people should pamper me because it's your
Okay,
day.
you are the one
Can you just
celebrating.
can you just surprise
He's the
me?
one celebrating the Women's Day.
No, you are
Okay, happy Women's
celebrating.
Day.
All right.
Okay, let me say this. Rahila, wherever you are, I know you're watching. You're somebody that I'm proud of, and you're making the family proud. So I'm using you to reach to other women in our family that are doing well. Kudos. I celebrate you today.
Okay, there is no shout out.
God
All
willing.
right.
That was just Steve's waiting for him outside for payment.
Wow, exactly. All
And
right.
shout out to all the women in Ekwa headquarters. All the women in
Yeah.
Ekwa.
Yes.
Right now, there's meeting taking place, and we celebrate their impacts on the church and in the ministry. Shout out to every Ekwa women out there. Thank you for your support and thank you for your encouragement. And this is to go out to every other woman out there that
And
is
particularly those women that constantly are supporting us, Equa TV, with your money and your prayers. We appreciate you.
Thank
Today
you.
we
Yeah,
celebrate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I would also want to add, particularly about the pastors' wives out there doing well.
PK, PK.
Well
PK.
done.
Esme.
We are proud of you, Esme. We are proud of
Honestly.
you.
You
Really,
deserve
you're
it.
doing well. You're doing good. So
I had one pastor say, he said, you see our women, we have to celebrate them because to start with, you as the man, you are the one that was called. It's not the woman. She's just supporting you, and most of them are doing extremely well because they are holding the ministry. They are sacrificing. They are pushing the men. They are doing expert in what they are doing. We celebrate you, Esme.
All right, so really great. Thank you for this great conversation. It was really lovely doing this. Happy Women's Day once again to all women out there. We really celebrate you and we are grateful to God for being women. Right, so thank you so much for staying tuned. We really love and appreciate you for doing this with us today. Thank you, Echo Executives, as well. Thank you, everyone, cast and crew. We're saying thank you, and we are going right now. So see you next time. Bye.